is the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Hey, Scott, let's do this.
What are we doing?
We're going to interview Matt Tifft.
Oh, all right. Thanks for that spoiler. It's the Hammer Down
We've been telling them all week.
Racing Report, show number 390 for Thursday, August 3rd. Scott Wait, it's not August 3rd. It's August 7th.
All day.
Where the hell did I get August 3rd from? That would have been Sunday, wouldn't it?
Sunday.
August 7th, Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch from the Dominator Race Products Studio for the very last time on this machine. Not for the very last time overall, just on this computer. I tried updating it to Windows 11 earlier, and
so the whole
crashed.
world is going to have trouble doing that?
I don't know. Well, like I said, this computer is from 2012.
Yeah, but it's still Windows 10, right?
It is Windows 10 we're running, but I ordered new guts. They're downstairs. As soon as the show's over, the new guts are going in, and also we're going to have new streaming software because of the dropout issues we've been having.
Right, we don't like that.
No, we
and
prefer...
They can't fix it.
No, they haven't been able to come up. I've been chatting back and forth with support. They're like, well, do this, restart your router. I'm like, I'm not an idiot.
No patch. Kids, come on.
So, yeah, anyways, tonight on the show, we're going to be talking with the brand new, I guess not brand new, the mostly new owner of Mansfield Speedway, of course, talking about Matt Tifft.
He's the newest owner.
The latest owner, yes, but he just took ownership, was in May? Something like that. He's only had
Seems like 2 weeks.
But he's done so much to that place already.
It's amazing, Scott.
So we'll be talking to Matt here again. Last time we had him on the show was after that Glass City 200 fight issue that he had. Was that last fall?
I think it was, yeah.
So a little bit different talk tonight. Looking forward to that, finding out plans with Mansfield, finding out everything he's done. They got a haunted attraction coming up this fall, and then holiday lights in December. He's got all kinds of things going. It's not just a racing place, it's a venue.
Well, and the jail's right across the street, so...
Is it really?
The Mansfield Reformatory.
I did not know. That makes
yeah.
sense then, why they had the parking for the staff at the Mansfield Speedway then.
There you go.
I was wondering about that. I learned something new tonight. Thanks, Professor. If you want a chance to win...
That's what my shirt says on the back.
Is it what, Professor? There's way too much on the back. It does say Professor. You're right.
It does.
If you want to win one of these Speedy Sponsor stickers, go ahead and put in #Ryan this week. That is our Speedy Sponsors Driver of the Week, Ryan Clare, as a matter of fact, because he was a flagman of the week this past weekend at Oakshade.
Was he flagging?
He was flagging.
Wow, that's pretty
He
cool.
was former junior flagman who's graduated up to race car driver and
senior flagger
for this past weekend. But yeah, check out Ryan Clare at SpeedySponsors.com. He's got a driver profile on there. And again, if you want to win a Speedy Sponsor sticker, just put in #Ryan once in the comments of our Facebook Live, your YouTube Live, and we'll draw for the winner at the end of the show.
So is Ryan the official backup, or is that his gig now?
I believe it was just backup. Eric was on vacation this week.
Okay.
I think it was his.
He
was at a wedding.
I was watching, and he did a great job.
Okay. Yeah. He waved the flags. Just he didn't know. He did great. And we also had our our first Chris Mize Memorial hot dog races this past
First
weekend.
and second hot dog race.
Late models and sportsmen hot dog races went off, and Dusty Moore picking up the win in the late models with a time of 2 minutes, 49.88 seconds. And that is the time to beat right now for the championship belt, which, here, let's pop this up here, make this full screen, which you can see right up there.
Seems as though a couple of the racers, one racer in each division that had
some problems
eating a couple miles on them, had a tough time getting the hot dog down.
The hot dog part was, yes, it was a little
just
difficult.
Kind of jammed right up.
But again, thanks to our sponsors for those first two events. $250 going to Dusty Moore, as well as an extra large 2-item pizza. Sponsors of the late model race were Black March Defense Labs, us, the Hammer Down Racing Report. Magalis threw in $50 there at the end, thanks to Brian Prespora. A to Z Mobile came on board big time, not just for the late models, but for all of them. We'll talk about that. And J&G Pizza and Clyde. And the sportsman winner got $150 cash, $100 gift certificate for Ron Miller Race Cars, and that extra large 2-item pizza. Ron Miller Race Cars, Black March Defense Labs, A to Z Mobile Services, and G&J Pizza in Clyde, the sponsors there, the sportsman one. So our next one, there's no Chris Mize Memorial hot dog race this weekend. Next one will be coming up at Oakshade for the Super Stocks on the 16th, so a week from Saturday.
Right.
And then we'll finish things off on the 30th with the compacts, and again, the championship belt will go to the driver with the overall fast time. Now, a lot of time can be made up or lost in the hot dog eating part.
After watching last Saturday's events,
people keep telling me, they should dip the bun in the hot dog in the pop, and then it goes down a lot easier.
And there's nothing that says you can't.
There's nothing. That's true. And I don't think anybody took advantage of that little trick.
No, they didn't. But I'm here to tell you that there's a lot of time to be made up chugging that hot dog.
And then we did have, I didn't mention the winner of the sportsman one was Roman Brown. His time was 3 minutes, 17 seconds, or 17.67 seconds, I should say. Mm-hmm. And he did ask if he wanted to compete again. He's like, if I get a super stock, can I compete? I'm like, I don't know. Let me get back to you on that. What do you think, Ron?
We'll spin the wheel.
Okay. We do have enough for alternates and competitors for both compacts and the Dominator Super Stocks. But if you would like a chance, there's still time to get in if you want to compete in this hot dog race, because we're just going to randomly draw from everybody who has entered or expressed interest in being a competitor for that. Just go to hammerdownracingreport.com and fill out the form right there on the homepage for either the Super Stock or the Compact event. Super Stocks, you're going to get $200 cash, freeze frame photo, winner photo, right. $50 Wallace Racing Products gift certificate, 5 gallons of race fuel, either alcohol or 110, 112, whatever. That's courtesy of John Young Racing. That's our latest one that's pitched in, and that extra large 2-item pizza. Oh, and Speedy sponsor sticker too, of course, and sponsors for our Dominator Super Stock event coming up on the 16th of August include SpeedySponsors.com, Team 1196, A to Z Mobile, A to Z 24-hour road service, Ledyard's Lawn Care, John Young Racing, and G&J Pizza in Clyde, and a lot of those sponsors coming on board.
Imagine how big this is going to be next year.
Billy Sturgill after being on the show last week. But yeah. And then for the compacts coming up on the 30th of August, $50 cash, the freeze frame winner's photo, $50 Wallace Racing Products gift certificate, a Speedy sponsor sticker, and that extra large 2-item pizza, courtesy of Speedy Sponsors, A to Z Mobile, and G&J Pizza in Clyde. And then, of course, the belt, as we mentioned, that put together for us by Big D's Barbecue and Charlie K's. That will go to the fastest overall time, which, as I mentioned, right now stands at Dusty Moore at 2 minutes, 49 seconds.
He really rocked.
He liked the hot dog, too, he said.
Yeah, he rocked his lap, too, though.
Did he?
Yeah, his fast lap. He wasn't holding anything back.
And, Roman had some issues there, I think, which cost him some time at the start trying to get going. So I think that time could – I don't know if Dusty's time's going to hold up. We'll see. We got the 2 more. Looking forward to it, though. So, like I said, if you're interested in that, hammerdownracingreport.com, fill out that form. And John says he can beat that time. Sure. Or get a hold of myself or Ron, let us know, and we'll put you on the list.
Looking in the comments, Scott, if anyone has a specific question for our tonight's guest, Matt Tifft, please write it in the comment, and we'll try to get it on the air.
Yeah, it looks like Robbie DeVore is going to be joining us as well, too. So we'll be talking to Matt and Robbie here shortly. Hang tight. In the meantime, got to pay a couple bills here and do some racing roundup. If you're looking for parts that can handle the heat of competition, Dominator Race Products has your back with rugged high-performance gear built for racers and racers, built for racers by racers.
There you go.
Their nose pieces, valances, fenders, and spoilers are made to last. Their asphalt super late model nose kits help keep the front planted for better cornering and more control. Check out all their products at DominatorRaceProducts.com. Give yourself the tools to stay ahead of the pack. Dominator Race Products, built for speed, engineered to win. It's the 50th season at Oakshade Raceway, 50 years of racing tradition. Still going strong. Join the excitement every Saturday night as the Dirt Car UMP late models, DCR Graphic Sportsman, Dominator Superstocks, and Compacts compete this Saturday. It is Vintage Thunder on Dirt, I believe. The vintage cars will be competing.
Right.
As well as a full show.
Yeah, actually, I think they will technically be there for 2 days.
Are they? They got that Sunday thing going on,
right.
too? Okay. Also got to mention Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Moment Entertainment, Dittman Motorsports, DCR Graphics, and Freeze Frame Photos. Got a little bit of action to recap from this past weekend, and then we'll get to our guests tonight.
Nothing as crazy as the last 2 weeks.
What's that? The rain?
Yeah.
Yeah, no rain this week. Oh, and we also have a Bleacher Creature feature coming up later on, too, as well as How Many. Stick around for all that.
Racing Roundup.
Toledo Speedway was in action on Friday night. Didn't get the winners of the school bus figure eight or the boat figure eight. They didn't publish that information, but we can tell you Michael Young picking up the win in the late model sportsman feature, and Logan Bunning picking up the factory stock win. I went to Timbo's the other day and saw someone with a Mike Young T-shirt and was talking to her.
Oh, okay.
Like, hey, you know Mike? Yeah. I said, tell him I said hi, and then he won.
Yeah.
See, that's my fault he won.
You know where he buys his parts.
Lima Land Motorsports Park in action on Friday night. That's the end of their season, too. They're wrapping things up down there. Brendan Sherman winning the UMP Modified Invitational, and Dylan Nussbaum, the Modified King of the Quarter Mile feature winner. Craig Dittman winning in the Thunderstock Invitational, and Todd Sherman picking up the Thunderstock King of the Quarter Mile. Tony Anderson, I didn't realize he had a Dirt Track Truck Series truck, too.
Oh, geez.
He's got everything.
Yeah.
He won the Invitational there, and Raleigh Hayter picking up the King of the Quarter Mile in the Dirt Track Truck Series. Millstream Speedway in action Friday night. Cap Henry picking up the Fast 410 win. Logan Calderwood, your boss, 410 sprint winner. Jamie Miller, another 305, the AFCS 305 sprint winner there. And Justin Ward picking up the win, Great Lakes Lightning Sprints. Butler Speedway on Saturday was Dan McCarron picking up the win, the 410s. Todd Sherman, pretty good weekend for him. He got a win there in the modified. Jacob Wilbur in the street stocks, and Jerry Manns in the 4-cylinders. Saturday at Oakshade, Devin Shields getting the win in the late model feature there. Ryan Davis, I believe his second in a row in the DCR Graphics Sportsman. Jake Rundell leading the points and winning the Dominator Superstock feature, and Ryan Oakley with he's had a lot of compact wins. He got another one on Saturday there. Flat Rock Speedway, Hayden Sprague picking up the Outlaw late model feature win. That was a Stan Yee 150, I do believe. And Derek Shepard picking up the win. The factory stocks. Fremont Speedway Saturday night, it was Stuart Brubaker picking up the 410 win. Mike Moore, your American Sprint Car Tour winner. And that's it for Fremont. Wayne County on Saturday. Henry Malcutt picking up the 410 sprint win. Cody Scott, your late model winner. Kyle Moore won both the makeup and regular UMP modified feature. Jim Nicely, your street stock winner. Johnny Bruce Sr. Winning the makeup mini sprint feature, and Anthony Collins winning in the regular mini sprints. Lorraine Raceway Park, and we got some big news from those guys that came out on Sunday.
Yeah.
Heard about that? Yeah,
I
we'll talk
did.
about that later. Chase Wiggins winning the Grand National feature there. Jimmy Phillips, factory stock winner. Brandon Weigel, your Ohio Pro Compact feature winner. Brad Copen winning the Great Lakes Truck Tour. And Chris Hamilton, your street stock winner there. Eldora on Saturday. Family Fireworks night number 2, I believe it was. Scotty Thiel picking up the Great Lakes Super Sprint win. Freddie Carpenter getting the win. Is that the same fast Freddie Carpenter that drives a late model?
Maybe.
I didn't realize he ran UMP modifieds as well. He picked up the win there in the modifieds. And Jordan Conover getting the super stock win. Napa Auto Parts All-Star Circuit of Champions in action over at Hartford Speedway. Nice to see Caleb Henry after that bad crash at Attica a few weeks back in victory lane.
Recovered quite nicely.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure that that win helps out, too. World of Outlaws Real American Beer Late Model Series at Cedar Lake Speedway. Thursday, a week ago, Tim McCready picking up the win. Devin Moran won the Fans Fun Dash on Friday night, and Saturday, the Reaper Ryan Gustin getting the main event win there. World of Outlaws, National Energy Drink Sprint Cars at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway on Friday. Carson Bacido, your winner there. Buddy Kofoid, our friend, picking up the win Saturday. And then last night, Knoxville Nationals. The Knoxville Nationals?
Yeah.
The Knoxville Nationals getting going. Ryan Timms with a nice win. He was running the high side pretty good. Oh, did you watch any of that last night?
I did not.
Casey Jedzerjek got in a pretty bad crash there.
Ooh.
Tore up his car pretty bad, but he climbed out all right. ARCA Menard Series action Friday night. Atlas 150 at Iowa Speedway. Brendan Butterbean Queen picking up the win there. NASCAR action over the weekend. The Hy-Vee Perks 250 at Iowa. That was won by Sam Mayer. Cup Series action. The Iowa Corn 350. William Byron picking up the win on Sunday.
So did you catch any of the flack that NASCAR drivers are throwing at
about the ARCA Series
out
qualifying time?
them?
Yeah, I saw that.
There is no way that the ARCA cars should
I read something today, I think, where they're somebody from NASCAR said that that's going to be addressed, where there's going to be more horsepower at the smaller tracks, the shorter tracks.
I don't
know exactly what that means, but yeah. In other notes, Knoxville Raceway this past weekend for the 360 Nationals, Austin McCarl winning Thursday, Rico Abreu winning both Friday and Saturday, and James McFadden picking up a win on Sunday. Hammer Down Army results, James Stamper finishing second in the Compact A-Main at Oakshade, Kurt Dickey 18th place run in the Super Stocks down at Eldora, Peyton Hovis finishing in 13th at Oakshade in the Compacts, and the Hammer Down Racing Report House Car finishing second in the Dominator Superstock.
He did okay.
He did all right. It was all right. Would have liked to pick up one more spot, but
Yeah, but
you do what you can. Your wedding or special event should be magical. Magic Moment Entertainment. Make sure it is. Ron Burt brings decades of DJ experience, smooth planning, and professional grade entertainment to your big day. Mention the Hammer Down Racing Report for $100 off your reception DJ service, and rest easy. Knowing there's no surprise charges ever, no fees for mileage, no extra cost for lighting, full liability coverage included, whether you're in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, or Kentucky. Magic Moment is here to make your event unforgettable. Give them a call at 419-594-2261 or connect with them on Facebook under Magic Moment Entertainment or Ohio Sports Blitz. How about we get to our guests tonight? Let's see. Bring on Robbie and Mr. Matt Tifft. How's it going, guys?
Very good. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for joining us. We got both. Robbie, are you? I saw in our comments you do the announcing for the that was the Ohio Valley Dirt Late Model Series.
The Ohio Valley Late Model Dirt Series. Yes, sir.
That was close.
there you go.
That was close.
Yep. Close
all
enough.
right. So what's your role at Mansfield going to be?
I am the announcer. Yes.
Okay, so I had that right. I saw somebody said you were going to be the flagger.
No, I'm the announcer. Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right.
I hate when people question me. Anyways, Matt Tifft, you bought a racetrack. Last time we talked to you, it was after a little bit of a kerfuffle at Toledo Speedway after, I believe it was the Glass City 200. And now you bought a racetrack. What possessed you to purchase Mansfield Speedway?
I think sometimes I have to ask myself that in the morning, and then I start working to remind myself how cool it is. No, it's a weird thing. I would have never, ever guessed that I would be owning a racetrack by any means, but I guess just certain things lined up, and certainly for me to take on a venture like this, because it is a lot more work than truly I've ever done. Even owning the Cup Series side here, bringing this back, and Robbie's selling himself short. Not only is he the announcer, but he is there every day, picking up this place, bringing it back to life. So we have an awesome crew between Robbie, Brad McCown, general manager, Jeffrey Williams, we call him Geoff there, and Caleb Burns brought him on as the marketing director, Leon Feinstein there. So we have an awesome group. But, my wife Jordan and I, we wanted to go create something that was ours. And I think that the coolest thing about it was I never expected to have the response and the support from the community and fans like we have. But I felt like there's something special with the Mansfield Speedway. Looking back to its NASCAR days in the 2000s, there's ups and downs with its history. It was a functioning dirt track for many, many decades, and then unfortunately, over the past 20, 30 years here has a pretty rocky, kind of a chapter that was going on. So we're really looking to come in here. And part of the reason I wanted to do this was to create something new, to create something different. Of course, we want to have the racing there, but this is a massive, massive property, 180 acres here. We have the ability to hold races, have festivals there, have concerts, have holiday events there. So it's so much more than just the racetrack, but truly all of that helps support what we love and what we do as racers there to make sure that keeps on going. And, I have a 1-year-old son, and I was racing my dirt late model quite a bit. And I just kind of got to the point where I was like, you know what? I want to create something for him and his generation to be able to go see and grow up. And we see so many tracks closing across the country. But you do see some that are extremely successful. And I thought it would be so cool to go create something that is for our family, for our future, and so many others to go create those new memories and come back to the Mansfield Speedway.
And I think a lot of people are on board and happy about this because it's not very often where you see a racetrack coming back. It's more often you hear, oh, we're closing up, we're done. So, I mean, it's a lot of positive where there's, or I should say it's a positive where there's a lot of negatives in our sport.
Back with my late model, when I was traveling quite a bit, we hit Mansfield frequently, and I really enjoyed that place. Is the facility going to be similar as far as the track itself, or will that change?
Yeah, there's quite a few changes. So when the track went up for sale at the end of 2019, when Cody Summers and his crew closed the doors there on their tenure, there was a little period to where they tried to sell the racetrack, and then it ultimately turned into where they stripped it for parts, essentially. Now, a lot of the stuff was donated, and there's some pretty cool stories around that. But from our side of things, there were 7,500 grandstands. We are down to 2,400 right now. So when it was built in 2002 for the 2003 season, it was about a $20 million investment that was put into this facility. So a lot of the incredible things, the bones that were there are still there. But when you come back in 2026 and see what it is, we will have around 10 to 12,000 seats there, depending on if you're counting permanent or the hillside there. A large jumbotron there, lots of incredible fan integrations, beer gardens, party decks, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of this is going to be brand new, but the general bones of what were there, fortunately, we're still operational. When we got this property here in the beginning of June, it really looked like an abandoned water park. I mean, it was terrible. So it is a giant lift from the financial side, from the physical side, from the mental side. And it's a giant lift to bring this thing back. To be honest, I probably, if you're looking at a blank sheet of paper here, maybe I could have built it back or built a racetrack cheaper. But when you look at what this place had, in 2025 terms, there were probably $5 to $7 million worth of infrastructure that was still alive and functioning at this racetrack that I would have to spend that money to go put into something. So for the deal that we got, for the land that we got, for everything involved in it, it is still, it will resemble what was here, but with a whole brand new twist.
So the track configuration will be similar, probably to the pavement track, only dirt.
Yeah, so if you go back to 2017 through 2019, when the track was run on dirt, that was so the track itself is a 0.44 mile track, so just shy of a half mile. Right. Now, it will be a completely different track from that side when we come back in 2026, because we have torn out all of the inside walls that were there. When they raced before, they had the safer barriers. Those are no longer there. Those were sold off. So we will change the banking on there. It was about, I think in some spots 45 feet wide, other areas 60 feet wide. We've knocked out all those walls, and now we are 85 to 95 feet wide across the entire track. So we've actually expanded to the inside. So now your inside groove there is going to be roughly a a little bit shorter than a 3/8 mile. Your top groove there, a 0.44 mile, progressively banked there. So we believe it's going to provide some awesome side-by-side racing. We'll have Robbie up on the horn there, yelling at everybody, showing off how exciting the racing is going to be. So completely different structure there, but then also that inside space, we've taken out the light poles, the walls, everything there. So it allows us to do bigger events too, as far as when it comes to demolition derbies, monster truck shows, drifting events, all that stuff now comes to being an option the way that we've kind of cleared out some of those spots in the middle.
No,
the pits will still be up off of turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, that has not changed. That's pretty much exactly how it was.
Cool.
Before I want to get into what the plans are for the future, but before we get to that, let's talk about what you've already done, because you've only had the track for just a few months, and you've already accomplished so much. I know me and an ARCA official were talking right after you had purchased the track. He's like, man, I don't know if he knows how much he's biting off there. There's no way he's going to get all that done. And you've got so much done just in these couple months. List off some of the projects that you've accomplished here, or at least have gotten started.
Oh, man, a lot. Yeah, so we took over the property on June 1st. And so I don't know, what is that, 9 weeks or so we've had the property now. Gosh, the first biggest issue there was all the overgrown grass, getting that off the racing surface, which we still have to go in, get all the rocks out, and do a ton of rehab there. All the bathrooms were out of service there, so we've gotten back all but one of the restrooms there. Of course, the one that is still torn down was completely bare, so that should be done here by Labor Day-ish on that side. So cleaning out everything. We've stripped out all of the suites, so we're completely redoing all of those. Let's see, we've torn down all the walls now, or are finishing the process of that. We have, I think, gosh, what else have we? And we've done. There's so much. It kind of gets lost in my head. I actually watched. We've documented this a lot on our YouTube videos, and I had one of those days 2 weeks ago where I was like, man, I just don't feel like we've done anything. And I watched back our first videos, like, holy crap, we've done so much. Robbie, what else have we done around there? Help me out. I'm kind of getting lost in the sauce here.
I'll tell you what, we got this tech shed over here. It was a wreck when we first got it. We just power washed today. We're getting everything organized, and we're compartmentalizing everything to where we need it so we can function properly as a racetrack. So it's just the minute, the small details that we're taking a look at first. Obviously, we've been maintaining the grounds ever since we've walked in here. Ever since I've started, I basically had a weed whacker in my hands the entire time, just doing all the dirty work. He talked about the walls. We're building a wall over here. We got the grandstands coming in. Everybody's taking care of the facilities. Mr. Reuter has been doing a phenomenal job on our bathrooms. They've already got one squared away, and I swear it only took them about 10 days to get it done. So they're killing it. And it's kind of like a weight loss journey. You know, you don't see it every night when you go to sleep. And when you wake up, you look pretty good. You're nice and slim. You can see a vein every once in a while. But as a whole, I'm 100% sure that the people that are going to come in here that have been following along with the process are going to be shocked and are going to be excited to see what we have moving forward.
Now, I saw that you guys were saving that section of the wall that had NASCAR on it. Where did that section of the wall end up, or where is it going to end up?
Well, it's still currently sitting there. So when that comes out, we're going to move that right in front of the ticket booth. So when you come up, everybody will be able to see that from the outside, and really just want to make that it's a cool piece of the track's history, right? I mean, it was it's funny to me because for those of you who don't know where Mansfield, Ohio is, it is right between Cleveland and Columbus, about an hour and 10 minutes from each one of them there, kind of centrally located. So it's a weird facility location in the fact that this does not feel like a track that ever should have had a NASCAR date, but that's just how incredible this facility is. And that's what makes it so special. And it's so rooted in blue collar roots in town and such, nice and genuine people around the area that when you look at this place and go, oh my gosh, the history of this place is just insane. And so we want to really make sure we pay homage to the NASCAR era that it had. You never know, one day it might come back there, but we're certainly focused on what we're trying to build here at the Mansfield Speedway. But yeah, it just, it's a really cool relic, and I wanted to make sure that it was going to go someplace special where the fans could go up, touch it, see it. We're going to get some clear coat on there to make sure that it doesn't get ruined, but it's a really neat piece.
Robbie, I understand you've got a fair amount of input as to what's going on. What classes will we see in your mind?
In my mind, everything, all the way from 410 sprint cars. Let's run some super modifieds out here. Let's put some late models out there, all classes. I'd love to see something with the compacts. They would be able to put on a show here. I know that in this region, in the state of Ohio, there's like the King of Compacts, and that is a big event in our region. I would love to have something like that out there. But don't forget, just because we're sanctioning dirt races on the outside, we got a bunch of stuff on the inside too. We got a flat track. We got like a Bowman Gray style racetrack on the inside. I think it's a 3/8 mile. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be great. And we also have a drift pit in the middle. We have the opportunity for figure 8 races. I mean, this place is going to set the bar. It's going to set the standard for what racing is and how the consumer enjoys going to the racetrack. Every single person, whether you're into racing or not, is going to find something that they're going to like to do.
I've had the opportunity to race in Australia, and the Perth Motorplex is really cool. And with your 188 acres, is there a chance of a drag strip? Because the Motorplex has a dirt track, a very nice one, and the opposite grandstands, they are back to back, has a drag strip. Really cool setup.
Well, I'll tell you this. We get a lot of people. I got my finger on the pulse. I'm from relatively this area in Mansfield, so I see everybody. They're always asking me about a drag strip, and I'm not the commander-in-chief. I'm not at the top, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Mr. Matt Tifft, see what he says about the drag strip.
Smart man.
Uh-oh, we can't hear you, Matt.
Sorry about that. No, I was just piggybacking off of what you guys were talking about there. So we are building a motorsports complex here. So we will have motocross there. We are building a short course off-road track for side-by-sides. That can be done for Jeep days as well. We can do all kinds of stuff with that. But as far as the drag strip, in 2006, they were supposed to build a quarter-mile drag strip there in the back acres of the property. Now, that never got done. It was roughly around the time of the recession, and that kind of all got shut down. But
Sure.
We want to eventually do, whether that starts with dirt drags or we put in an 8th-mile drag strip, that is on my bucket list to put in this place. We want to make this a full motorsports complex here at the Mansfield Speedway. But yeah, I mean, like Robbie was saying, we have that flat track inside of there that will replicate a Bowman Gray style stadium race on there. So you might see ASA and World of Outlaws here across a schedule in one season. So that's the really unique part about this racetrack is we can do that. But yeah, it's a track to where I'm not the most well-versed person when it comes to motocross and you know, things on two wheels, but we have a very passionate fan base and area here for that type of racing as well. So we don't want to discriminate. We want to make sure that we can have anybody who wants to come out, whether they're a hobbyist, whether they have a built Camaro, they got a super truck they want to go and put on a dirt drag or something. We want to create this place to be, if you are a racer and you have a vehicle, or if you're just somebody who's got a souped up car and you want to do it on the street and not have the cops come after you, we got a place here for you to do it. So the cool thing here, what we're trying to do is when we have our races and events going on, we're kind of theming them around 2 to 3 day weekends, if not 4-day festivals. So you'll have a big bike fest out here, a big super truck fest out here, multiple day late model shows, multiple day sprint car shows here. So that's kind of where we're changing things a little bit from our motorsports side of things, is to make sure that we are including all kinds of different classes here. Like Robbie mentioned, the compact.
Just a second. I think you can hear us.
Oh, hold on a second. Get everybody back in here. Everybody back in here. Everybody back in here. Everybody back in here. I think we got everybody.
And that's why we're leaving this streaming service.
That's why we're changing streaming services. It boots us out every once in a while. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, all good. But yeah, so I mean, that's really what we're trying to do, is create this entire motorsports complex to where we can have any kind of racer, any kind of fan come here and enjoy their style of racing at our facility. So we're really excited about that. So I would say if you don't see your style of racing here in 2026, you're probably going to see it in the next few years after that. It will be coming at some point, which is going to be pretty neat.
Now, how much of an inspiration is Cletus McFarland's Freedom Factory down in Florida for what you have in mind for this facility?
Well, it's odd to me because when I bought this track, everyone's saying, "Oh, you're just trying to be the next Cletus, trying to be the next Cletus." I want to say this very much about Garrett Mitchell. I admire what he has done. He has done an incredible job. I raced at the DeSoto Speedway, and when I raced down there, there might have been 300 people in the grandstands, and it was a great track, but they just, it was another track going by the wayside. When you look at what they have done from the entertainment aspect and the content aspect of what they do and the inclusivity they have with fans and their builds there at the racetrack, it is a very cool thing. But they're the Freedom Factory. They do what they do. The Mansfield Speedway will be different because we will have those large sanctioned events here. That's very different from our side. What we're really focused on is from our content piece of it. They do an incredible job. That is a huge, huge inspiration to opening the books to what we do. One of the things I loved about what he did was, he has a large army of supporters, and they're buying his T-shirts, they're buying race tickets, they're buying pay-per-views, all those kinds of things. And I thought it was really neat because he opened up his books and said, here's where your money is going to. This is how much the lights cost. This is how much this and the track costs. So we've done that in a few videos already. So I think that transparent kind of look behind the scenes of what we are putting into this. And when somebody buys a ticket and has that memory there and that experience, they're seeing what they are getting out of it, how we're reinvesting into their experiences and their community. So I think that's a really neat part. Now, where we do take a little bit more inspiration, though, is I would say and I've talked about this a little bit, but one of the events we're going to be bringing to our track is Throttle Circus. And so for those of you who have not heard about it, Throttle Circus is essentially going to be our version of the racing Savannah Bananas. And the Savannah Bananas right now, there's a 3.5 million person waiting list to get a ticket to go see their baseball show. And it's just that. It's a baseball show. It's made for social media, made for families, made for kids. And so we are trying to bring elements of that into racing. What I can tell you on this...
Is that the thing where they dance?
There's some of that. There's some of that.
Okay, yeah. I'm not that familiar with that. Are you bringing dancing to racing?
Well, I mean, there might be. I mean, there might be some punishment aspects in there that might cross that line. That's not going to be the core of this thing, but we are very ready here very soon here ready to announce and show what our car is going to be for it, what our format is going to be. What I can really tell you in the best summary possible is this is going to be a lot of fan-controlled racing. And there was an interview where Kyle Busch, he was talking about the All-Star race, and he was getting pissed off because of all the gimmicks and all those things going on. And he said, why don't we just spin an effing wheel on this thing at this point and make up the rules? And my wife and I were sitting there going, well, we have a lot of normal racing, but what if we did that? What if we leaned into that a little bit? And this is not for, it's not for the, the points championship typical weekly show here, but just to try something to bring people in. We want our drivers to be larger than life WWE style characters. We want the car to be like monster trucks, where you got that 7-year-old, he wants to go buy the Gravedigger diecast or plush toy or whatever. We want people to fall in love with that, but also really enjoy the racing. So we have some big stars, I can tell you already, that are going to be a part of this. We'll be announcing that later this year, but we've got some really cool people that are joining in on this. The cars, I'm telling you, I don't even think Robbie's seen it yet. They are some of the most badass cars that are going to be on a racetrack. So there will be really cool racing that comes out of this. And I think for a lot of people, for young kids to the 85-year-old to the 90-year-old out there, when you see this car, you're going to go, holy crap, this is cool.
So when you say there's some big names coming, can you say if they're racers or are they big names from other areas?
Yes. So everybody we have in this event or this series we have, they will be racers. So it's racers that, either they come from many different disciplines, but they're going to be playing into these characters. And it's folks who, I would say a bit like the Banana Ball there, where they have people who have played in Major League Baseball or they played in college and maybe it hasn't worked out for them, or maybe they've retired from it and are looking for a different avenue here. What I can tell you is when we announced this thing, the amount of drivers and people looking for something different to do, but still be involved in racing was incredible. So it is, Yeah, I know I keep on just giving little tidbits here, but the Throttle Circus event is going to be so cool, and it's going to be something, whether it's on a pay-per-view or in person here, you're going to want to come and see. And I can tell you, Robbie's going to be hopping on that mic and making it a heck of a show out there. And I know I keep on hyping up Robbie here, but that is what is so important to me, is to build our team around here at our track to where people believe in the vision, because we are doing something that is not really being done in this country, which is bringing back a racetrack. Some people say racing is dying. Some people say, it's a bygone sport. And I disagree. And I really disagree with that, because when you look at F1 and you look at the pull that has, we're not trying to be F1. Let me say that right away. But there is something in car culture that is still alive. People still like racing. They still like cars. So I believe if you push it the right way, if you advertise it the right way, and you get people to the track, and when they come to the track, you're not just sitting there for 2 hours while they're watering the track and you're bored out of your mind. We've got to bring those show elements in there, just like the NFL does, like Major League Baseball has kind of started to, like the NBA has been doing. If we can do that, and we can do that well, we're going to bring people back. And on top of all that, we've got to make it to where people can afford to go to races. I think that is so important.
Matt, it seems like you're not going to have weekly racing, but there's still going to be something happening almost every week.
That is correct. Right now on our calendar for next year, we have over 100 event days.
Holy cow.
Oh, wow.
Are the weekends? Well, well, I guess there could be.
Well, we're in Ohio,
weeks,
right?
So you got 100, yeah. Well, I know you got holiday lights coming up in December. I think I saw you got the haunted thing coming up. That's coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So our haunted house event here, the Haunted Speedway, that is going to be built by the folks who've done some things at Six Flags. The guy there, he also did some of the Playboy parties back in the 2000s. That's not the theme for this, but just showing you how well these guys do as far as their production value. This is going to be a really unique event, and we thought it'd be fun because it was an abandoned racetrack. It's coming back from the dead, and what's more themingly correct from coming back from the dead than zombies. So we've got it to where we have real garage bays and stalls, and you're going through the inspection offices and cash offices there, where you have zombie pit crews and mechanics and the workers there. We have some thrashing pneumatic zombies and stuff that'll be beneath real race cars coming out at you. You're going to see some cool cars that'll be from NASCAR to sprint cars to all this kind of stuff that are a part of this production here. So this will be one of the coolest, and I'm not even talking about racing here, but just from haunted attractions, this will be one of the really coolest haunted attractions in the country.
So did you get any of the ghosts to come over from the old prison?
We will find out.
Awesome. That'd actually be pretty cool. So I mean, how much more work do you have how many more projects do you have to do before even just the haunted thing starts, and how much do you still have to do to get the track ready for racing events for next year?
Yeah, I'd say the easier side is to talk about, getting this thing ready for the haunted project because of the group we're working with there. Fortunately, they're fairly turnkey, so they work on all that side of things. But, from the building part of it, getting that first restroom that was completely gutted up and going, that's a big priority. So Mr. Reuter has been fantastic out there, but that's a big one to get going. That's a several $100,000 project. I mean, it is not cheap to get that thing back up and going. But when you look at that one and a sister restroom, those can hold the code mounted required to hold in 15, 20,000 people. So they're very large restrooms, which is why there's so much cost to it. We have for that event, we've got just some groundskeeping things, picking up around there, fixing up our fence lines when GF and Robbie have been working on that these past few weeks, so we're seeing huge differences around the property. We have a big volunteer day on August 16th, so a lot of landscaping work being done there, some paint going around the facility. Of course, your banners and things like that are going in. So I would say that, and even today, I left around 4 o'clock, and from 5 to 7 p.m., we had a Spectrum there setting up our Wi-Fi. So getting the fan Wi-Fi and stuff ready to go on that side. And even just little things that people don't think about, from POS systems. And we're talking to our soft drink and alcohol providers in the backside here, getting those contracts ready. So all that is getting up and going. As far as the racing side, which you guys care about a little bit more here for your listeners to this broadcast, we, like I said, have been knocking down those walls. So we're getting that going. We took a rock crusher out to the racing surface. So we're trying to get our base layer settled. That is the same racing surface that they used back in the 2000 teens there, that threw up a lot of rocks and hurt a lot of people and knocked down it was terrible, right? So we're going through there, we're sifting everything, we're taking down all the rocks, and then we have to bring in to make sure we get this right and have a correct surface for this facility deserves. About 5,000 cubic yards of clay coming in to be put onto there. We have about 1,000 feet of wall that still needs to be poured. We've put about 700 feet of catch fence up so far, so we still have another, 2,000 or 1,800 foot or so of catch fence to go. We have a 70-foot by 40-foot jumbotron that is going in. That'll be done by our Christmas show. We have about 20 billboards putting in. We have to rebuild all the suites. We got to get our timing and scoring in. So it is going to be a mad dash all the way up until early spring. But the thing is, we have time, and I can tell you that we are looking at our events already in April to get this going for test and tune dates. So we will be 100% ready to roll. We have an awesome team around us, but there is a lot of work to do still. And, like Robbie was saying with the weight loss part of it, every day I'm there, I'm like, oh my God, we have so much stuff to do. But at the end of the week, I'm like, oh, we actually got a lot of stuff done.
So let me ask you this, the big question. How are you paying for all this? I mean, do you have a lot of investors, sponsors involved?
No, it is on my own dime. If you look back in 2023 when we sold or 2024, was it 23 or 24? I'm getting lost in time here now. We sold the NASCAR charter, and so a lot of this comes out of that, and that was a record-setting sale from that side of the charter. So I have my own investments and stuff that we live off of. My financial advisors on speed dial with me every day, talking about all this stuff. We have a full plan behind it, and I can tell you that this is a $2.25 million purchase of the facility, and so that of course is on a loan there, and then it is about $2.5 to $3.2 million of a renovation here. So nothing is cheap here. This is going to be, this is why we have so many event days here to make sure we pay that back. But it's also why we have such an aggressive marketing strategy in different events. Because if you spend, upwards of $5.5 million on a facility, you better make sure that you can cover your bottom line for your debt service every year. And that's why we have so many great fans and supporters that we're so appreciative of. So many great sponsors that are coming on board. So literally every dollar, it is no lie. It's not any BS here. It goes back to building and saving this racetrack, and we're here to stay. We want this to be here until I'm old and gray, and something happens to it at that point. But this is a passion project, and we want this to be around for a long time.
That was one of my concerns. Was you're in it for the long haul? Then I mean, you're investing in this. It's not you're just gonna try and run it for a year or two and then disappear like previous people in the past. This sounds like the real deal. You're planting roots here.
100%. Yeah, this is a full-time. I mean, there is a from the financial, the time, the energy, the emotions, the stress in this. It is everything I eat, breathe, and sleep right now, except for our 1-year-old boy. He's the other fun part of our life right now. But I mean, everything we do is just centered around this racetrack outside of him. So it's a big dream. It's a big, bold strategy here. But we truly feel like we have a very different take on this from the events we're bringing. And, part of that, too, from like the holiday being Halloween and Christmas events there, that's 50 days out of our 100-some day event schedule. You look at our concerts and some other things going on around there. It's pretty lopsided when it comes to events there compared to racing. But the reason we're putting on those events is to bring in memories, to have people be curious about the racing side. I want to see people come to the racetrack and have 15,000 people there, force us to build new grandstands because there's too many people for the capacity we have. I want those people to come in, be curious about the racing that goes on at the Mansfield Speedway. So we want to bring in new fans, but that's also why when you look at our shows, even for our more traditional shows there, you're going to see some show elements and fan interaction more similar to where you'd see at a larger stadium like an NFL stadium, from the fan interaction part, because we got to keep people entertained. We're in a TikTok era. Attention spans are short, and if they don't know who Bobby Pierce is, we got to educate them of who these people are, what they do, and we got to show them who the superstars they are. But if they don't care about that part, we got to keep them entertained too and have them come back because they just had fun.
You're obviously going to be a tourism attraction. How has the support been from the city of Mansfield?
Wonderful. It is probably one of my biggest surprises of this entire deal. They have been so helpful with everything. We met with the health department today on some things, and they want to help so much on there. So they're helping us from a couple different grant things on there, from some tax things on there, but then just their support in general. They really missed this place. This was a large staple of the community. And you don't hear that very much from racetracks. Typically, towns and governments want them out. They looked at this place, and when we were evaluating, and they said, "No, this needs to be a racetrack. That's what this is built for. That's what this should be." And all of our neighbors around there, I mean, you hear the horror stories all the time of, "I don't want to hear race cars. It's too loud." And in my mind, I'm going, "Well, the track's been here since 1950. Why the hell did you move next to it?" But that's not been the response at all. Our neighbors there, they want to come. They've been asking to volunteer at the track. They've been our church on the corner there. We had a big conversation with them the other day about them coming out and being a part of events. But the backside of that too is I've been fortunate enough in my racing career, in my NASCAR team ownership career, to be in a position to give back as well. And we want to make sure that we carry on the legacy that the Mill Irons had when they purchased this property, of giving back there. And so you will see us be integrated a lot with our community for how much they've given, supported us. So you will see a lot of dollars and foundational support going back into our community. We want to make it to where we feel like we are doing something good and positive for the entire Richland County area. And of course, way beyond that for people who come out of state, out of county. But yeah, it's been incredible to support Mayor Jody Perry. She has a very ambitious plan, from just back the entire downtown area of Mansfield. They're doing a giant facelift on that. So we're kind of tying right together with those guys. The Mansfield Reformatory, if you've ever seen Shawshank, that's where that was filmed. We've got some great neighbors over there. They've given us some help from the marketing side and just coordination side for the future. The big incarceration fest there, we're working together with some things there. So I would say you don't get this level of support in many cases, and we're very, very fortunate to have that support from our community.
One of the things that I saw in one of your posts or videos where you mentioned something about bringing back the Prelude to the Dream, which really caught my attention. Were you just blowing smoke, or is that something that
could happen?
Could be happening here?
I'm very much exploring it. We have a lot of conversations around it. And of course, with being a Cup driver before, I still know a lot of those guys. And it is definitely something I want to bring back. And we are looking right now to see what the logistics would be behind an event like that. So it's absolutely a dream of mine to bring that back. I think a lot of fans, what's so different now compared to say, 2007, the NASCAR stars are not exactly superstars anymore, so there's a bit more accessibility. These guys are racing on their own, in their own midgets and micros and late models and sprint cars. So that part feels a little bit different now that they're not so locked down into the NASCAR world. They are willing to go outside of that. But also, they are more invested into all motorsports compared to what they used to be. So we've had some positive input from some drivers on that side. And now, there's a whole lot of hurdles. We want to make sure that we're being fair to all the stakeholders in that. That's from the streaming side. Of course, Eldora previously having that. We've had some conversation with them about bringing that over here. There's all kinds of things that go into this. But if we are going to do it, we have to move very quickly as we are, getting towards the scheduled planning area of 2026. We've also got some very big dates to announce on our own side from national touring series that are coming to the Mansfield Speedway in 2026. So we're really excited to get all that lined up and announced here over the next few months.
Any possibility of bringing the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series for a dirt race once again?
We have had conversations with them. So I would say it is a possibility in the future. The hurdles there, right now, they do not have any dirt tracks on the schedule. So to do it, you have to build a purpose-built truck for that. I'm not sure what NASCAR's interest is from a fan expansion standpoint, if they feel like they want to go back to dirt or not. I would say it's a good thing, but when you have a place like Bristol, it's hard, right? That's a lot of effort to be able to take that on, put it off. It's not a proper place for it, so we've definitely pitched them on that. We've pitched them on the ARCA series side of that because they still race at DuQuoin and Springfield. That's a natural fit. That's an easier one. But we've definitely had conversations with them. It is definitely not out of the question, but I would say as part of that build out from the ingress egress side of things, our traffic flow, what we can do for fans, all that kind of stuff, they want to see proof of that. So we've got to go out here the next couple of years and do our deal. But I will say this, as awesome as it would be to bring NASCAR back to the Mansfield Speedway, and that's definitely a goal of mine, it does not define who we are and what we do. I think the problem in the past was they lived and died by that date. And we have to create our own experiences and own dates here to make it where fans want to come back and again and again. If we live and die by that one date, we're not going to make it as a company.
Now, let me ask you this about your weekly short track that runs, typically same show week after week. Do you think that this business model that you have going here with these special events, using the venue during the off season, that's the way for some of these other tracks to try and make ends meet, I guess, going forward? Because it doesn't seem that the costs seem to be going up for the weekly racers and the weekly tracks, and nobody seems to have the answer as to what to do. But this could be it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll find out a little bit on our side. I think a lot of what I'm doing is taking notes and lessons from the tracks like Bristol and Charlotte Motor Speedway. They have giant events there, from concert festivals there, big car shows there. Charlotte Motor Speedway has the huge Christmas light event there. I mean, I think they get 150,000 people annually that go through that. So I believe it's I'm trying to take some pages out of their books, because clearly what they're doing, they keep on doing, is working for a reason. Those guys bring in millions per year on it. I think the hardest part for a local short track is thinking a little bit differently. There's so many people that are still operating this like it's 1965. There's a lot of people who are still paying the same amounts they did in 1992. And the car parts certainly aren't cheaper. And I'm a weekly racer too. Like I haven't raced a lot lately, but I still go to my local tracks and race at them with my late model. But I think there's a lot of elements there to where you go, wow, okay, this is boring. And I'm a racing purist. I love that side, but there's got to be something different in this era of bringing people to the track, giving a reason to create that FOMO, that fear of missing out. There's got to be a reason to where you go, I need to go to the racetrack this weekend because I can't miss X, Y, and Z. There's got to be that feeling when you go, wow, I cannot wait to go book my, like the Prairie Dirt Classic, for example, in Fairbury. That event is an entire town and weekend camping event. They have amazing, amazing stuff that goes on out there. Same thing for the World 100. Same thing for the Dream. And even what is that over in Lernerville there? I'm forgetting the name here, but their large race over there. It's just you have to create those special events and special things, even if it's fireworks, if it's a small band, whatever that is. But you look at most of these local tracks, what's their biggest attendance night of the entire year? The Night of Destruction.
Yeah, her school bus figure eights.
Yeah. So people clearly want to be entertained, and I understand we want to keep the classes alive. We want to keep people coming back, but it's a tough business and tough industry and a tough sell to tell people to come out there. If you have a relationship with a driver, it's very easy to tell them, hey, come watch your dad or your uncle or your buddy Steve go down there and race a sprint car. But if you're not that, there's got to be a connection point. And I think a lot of tracks are missing that. So there's got to be other reasons to come. But I certainly hope this works. It's a very radically different way to look at it. But it's our philosophy, and we're going to stick to it for a little bit, but we're also going to be nimble and adjust as we need to.
You kind of answered my one question. Have you had time to do any racing the past couple months?
No.
Will you have any time to do any more racing? the rest of this
I
year?
would like to run a couple more this year. I was looking at a date here at the end of August to go maybe run a car. Certainly, I want to go take my car and test it out at our racetrack. Would be a lot of fun. So I want to do that this year still. But yeah, it's tough. Also on that side, with as much spend as going on over here, I want to be careful from where the dollars are going. But at the same time, out with our race team, they're helping prep right now some of our Throttle Circus car builds for 2026. So those guys are staying busy on our race team side. So yeah, it's still something to where I want to stay active in there. I'm not ready to shut down the driver in me by any means, because I feel like these past 2 years of being able to go race at dirt tracks around the country, big shows, small shows, and everything in between, has given me great perspective, and I don't want to lose that. I still love showing up. I love the competition part of it. Even if I'm in the B main, I still enjoy it. So it's I'm not the greatest dirt late model driver by any stretch of the imagination, but that still allows me to evaluate surfaces when we look at the clay for our track and seeing what we want there, how we do track prep. So all those things that'll be coming here in the next few months really helps us go explore that side of things. And I think as much as I can still stay in the seat a few times a year to go travel to different places and get different ideas. I have a whole notes in my phone of saying what I liked and what I didn't like, from concessions to the pit gates to how they ran the show, what time the show ended, how they did, hot laps. Every one of those things is something I've learned from all kinds of tracks around the country. And there's a lot of fantastic short tracks around the country. I know we're talking about a bit of doom and gloom when it comes to that side, but there are a lot of incredible promoters and incredible short tracks around this country, incredible series, and people who do it right. So I want to give them the props that they deserve, but it's certainly a hard task to keep people coming back. And when you look at that payouts and general admission tickets and all those kind of things, it's hard to make it work. And I applaud all those guys for doing it. But man, a lot of those people live and die by that one Lucas or Outlaw race that comes to their track to save their season. And you just hope to God it doesn't rain out.
Yeah.
One of our listeners wants to know how close you are to putting the new clay down.
Yeah, we still have to do quite a bit of the importing process there. We have a couple sources that we have liked, even some on property that we found where they cleared out the quarter-mile drag strip there. So we're still evaluating everything we need there. We've still got to fix up our base layer. But as far as, the timing to go in here, we want to make sure we get it done before we start getting our winter around here in Ohio. So I would say if we're at the beginning of August here still, probably 2.5 months away.
Okay.
Now, will you be running your late model at Mansfield in competition for any late model events, or will you find that as a conflict event? Oh, yeah, you're going to run.
I'm saying, I'm thinking, yeah, Scott.
I don't know if it'll be every event there, but I'm certainly going to, in some capacity, do it. There's going to be probably the first couple I'd like to sit out, watch, and make sure operations are good and everything like that. Once I feel comfortable and we're in a good flow, you better believe that 57 car is going to be out there running right in the middle of the pack.
Right in the middle.
My shop built some pretty neat trucks for Fremont Speedway, and we could probably get you in one of those should the Fremont trucks make an appearance there.
That's
okay,
shameless.
Very cool.
That's just
yeah.
shameless.
We'll find a good one to plug you into.
Any idea when you'll have a race schedule for 2026 together and ready to release?
Yeah, I am not a fan of tracks who wait until January 30th to go put out a schedule. So we will definitely be, as far as a few of our big races here, probably over the next month, announcing some of those select dates on there. As we're building out between different series here, it might take a little bit, but we're hoping by the end of 2025 to have a pretty solidly schedule in place for everything. So just keep on watching on that. But I would say in the next few weeks here, there'll be some tickets available for sale, for pre-sale. But a hard part of this too, while we're going through this entire grandstand building process and doing that, is selling our tickets, because we're going to have a lot of just building that ticket platform from the general admission side to the VIP to the box seats to the hillside, just making sure our website and those things are ready to go. The last thing you want is to make a first impression and have that site go bad. You want to make sure that when the fans come and try to go experience your track for the first time, that's when they buy the ticket.
And so we want to make sure that they are good to go. So we are actively building all that stuff. And in fact, we just redid our domain. So it is thespeedway.com. It was available. So we took it, thespeedway.com, which is pretty cool. So we're redoing a lot of our taglines to Mansfield Speedway is the Speedway. And so that's going to be a super simple process for people to buy there. But even little things like being able to come and have mobile tickets ready to go where you don't have to go to the box office. You can, but we'll have people to get you in, usher you in there quickly, like you see at a lot of major stadiums. So there's a lot of stuff to where, we're still going to have cash available there. We're not getting rid of that. And we still know, our core fan base, but there will be a lot of processes that you see at major operational stadiums that we're taking some lessons from. And I'm lucky to have a lot of connections in those areas and trying to take a lot of notes from them.
One of our listeners wants to know if you have T-shirts available yet.
I saw them at MansfieldSpeedway.com, I think it was, but I didn't know about thespeedway.com.
Yes, well, that's all been redirected today.
Okay.
So you can just go to thespeedway.com. Currently, it is a e-commerce store and an events page. So if you'd like to go to thespeedway.com, you can buy your T-shirt. We have little baby clothes on there. We got all kinds of stuff on there. So check it out, and also hit up the events page. We got a few events listed on there, so check those out as well. So yeah, it's been pretty cool to see the support around that. And we've been working through a couple shirt suppliers there. So I'll be honest, I only own like one shirt that's got our stuff on it. So tomorrow they're dropping off about 100 T-shirts. So Robbie and GF can stop wearing the same clothes all the time.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
The work uniforms.
So I'm assuming all the proceeds from those the apparel sales goes back into the track, right?
Literally everything. And I'll put it this way. I will be about $3.5 million sunk into this out of my pocket. So let's sell a lot of T-shirts so I can get that back to a net zero.
Wish you luck with that. What was that, Robbie?
I said, that's a lot of T-shirts, man.
Yeah, buddy.
So
no, and I don't want to say that to scare people by any means. I want to make sure I address that because this is a fully planned financial plan from this side of things. Again, we are here to stay, and we have our numbers that we got to hit every single year to make sure we're doing well. But this is a very well thought out and planned out, concept and business model here to where we want to be here for a very long time to come. Robbie and GF and I were talking about today some cool like indoor go-kart track things and arcade type deals just to keep cash flow coming in all year long. So we're always thinking of those ideas, just ways that we can keep the experience alive, keep people having fun. We want people to come here and have fun. And that's what I was telling my wife today driving home. I said, I am so at times stressed, but I'm having way more fun doing this than I ever have in my motorsports career in any facet, because we are literally creating fun for people at the end of the day. And that's a really cool thing.
It's an entertainment complex that you're building there.
Totally.
We appreciate the time. I know we've had you here for quite a while. I just have a couple more questions here. I remember when you first got the track, I think you were talking about your long-term kind of goals for things was you were going to do a dirt track for first and then eventually go to a paved track. Is that still the plan? What is the long-term vision for this entertainment complex?
Well, to clarify, it was planned to be a dirt track, and then if it made sense, go to an asphalt track. As the racing world evolves, there are a lot of factors, from just what the trends are in there. One thing I will say about having a dirt track, I am a dirt racing fan from the time I was 5 years old, so I love dirt racing. That's what my dad took me to all the time. So that's something that's near and dear to my heart. To go to an asphalt track, and we talked about this with NASCAR as well, it would have to be such a substantial deal to where it made perfect sense, an absolutely perfect world, perfect sense, everything in there to do it. Right now, one of the cool things about the Mansfield Speedway is we have a half-mile. It's shorter than a half mile, but they just use that for branding before, so we're going to keep on going with it. A half-mile dirt track. We have a third-mile asphalt track in there. We can have NASCAR racing experience days in there from a driving school standpoint. We can do school bus races. We can have races that go both off-road and, onto pavement on there. We can do all kinds of configuration. We can do road course racing in there with go-karts. We are one of the coolest facilities in motorsports in America because of our configuration right now. Not many tracks can say that. Not many tracks can do that. With our temporary walls that we're going to be putting in, we can literally do a half-mile dirt track race on Friday night, and if we want to do a Roval dirt and asphalt track on Saturday night because we feel like it and a series is up for it, we can do that. I think that is so neat. That is such a nimble, flexible way to do it. But then if ASA said, hey, we want to go put a race in the middle of your track there on the asphalt and the concrete, very good. Okay, we'll move some dirt up on the racetrack. We'll put some temporary barriers in, and sure, it'll be a hell of a process to do it, but we can do it. So we can still host events like even a Formula Drift inside there once we pave over the grass areas in a year or two here. So I believe that we are one of the most nimble and unique tracks in America because of our flexibility there. So to pave it, first off, it would cost about $3 million. If we're going to bring NASCAR in here on a pavement track, it's probably closer to 4 or 5 because of the safer barriers, the different fencing you have to have. Dirt track racing, we're still holding ourselves to a very high safety standard, but it's not quite the same from that side. So yes, it is indefinitely staying a dirt track. There would have to be something shocking to have it go to asphalt, but you never know where the world was going. I just never want to say never on that side. It would just have to completely line up to go that direction.
No immediate plans in. We like that. We're dirt guys ourselves, so
yep.
Very cool. Robbie, I want to ask you a question here. What are you most excited about when racing finally returns next year?
I'm excited for, you know what, man? I pride myself on being exciting and interacting with the fans. I started out as a Twitch broadcaster, so I'm constantly doing things like you guys are doing. I'm constantly engaging with the chat, engaging with the fan base, all the people that are following along, because I feel that they're the most important piece. And like Mr. Tifft was saying a little bit earlier, man, we want anybody to be able to walk through these gates and find something that inspires them. Okay, we came out here, we've seen some throttle circus. Let me see what this half-mile quote-unquote dirt track can do. Come on out the next Saturday. We got a double feature. You know what I'm saying? You get these kids in here, and those interacting with the newest generation of race fans that are coming up through Mansfield. We have so many people that are looking forward to seeing what we can do here at Mansfield, and I'm telling you, from the bottom of my heart, I promise you guys, we have one of the best crews I've ever been around. Everybody is passionate. Everybody that wakes up and comes to work, we are excited to get through the doors. We work from sun up to sun up, and it's because we love and we believe in the mission and the vision that we have here at the Mansfield Speedway. And I'm excited for all the fans that come out here and have more than just a racing experience. I want this to be a memory. I want this to be a staple where kids are getting off the streets. I don't know if you guys know anything about Mansfield, but daggone it, we got drag racing right in front of Walmart. We got Park Avenue. We got to get these kids off the freaking street, come on out here to Mansfield Speedway and have themselves a good time, keep them out of trouble.
You bet.
Yeah, we've literally talked to the police officers there, and we think we might create a program to where if they get pulled over on Park Avenue, they're going to get a Mansfield Speedway flyer to say, hey, come on, legally do it down the street, you idiot.
Nice. Man, we're looking forward to Mansfield Speedway coming back. It sounds like you guys have a lot of great plans. Very ambitious and a lot of work you guys are doing. Can't wait to see the fruition of all that work. Do you have any sponsors you want to give a shout out to that help you at all?
Absolutely.
I guess, with any of this?
No, of course. Blaster, PB Blaster and Gunk have been a longtime partner of mine. We're looking to do a lot of great things with them in the future here. Summers Rubber Company, awesome guys there. They've been helping us from the pressure washer side of things, and so many other things too. Incredible people there. Mr. Reuter, they've done so much work around the property. So that's been pretty cool to see how much they've been involved on there and what they've been doing with us. We have some new sponsors that are coming on board for 2026 that we will be announcing. 4PL Solutions, they've been a sponsor of mine for a long time. They're going to be a big sponsor of the Volunteer Day here at the Mansfield Speedway. There's so many people, and I might even be leaving some out here, but so many people involved on here, so many people coming on board. And I will say one of the neatest things about this is from our partnership side, I've never seen so much interest in joining a facility within racing and joining a racing team, because it truly is a team as we have had. So there's so many people, and I know, Robbie, you've got some folks there that have been helping you guys from the Tech Shed side. I want to make sure that you plug them from all the people that have been providing materials on your guys' side as well.
Yeah, I mean, we have so many people. I mean, one person in particular, this guy from Summers Rubber, Alex Pillow, he's been coming out every single time we need him. We have electricians in here that offer their entire days to come out and fix the light bulbs that, for whatever reason, I can't figure out how to do. I mean, the people that come in, I mean, just we're building relationships one by one, and they are genuine relationships because all these people are excited about what we are doing. And, you know, one opportunity that we really haven't had so far is because we've been so focused on trying to get this racetrack back up in tip-top shape and running for the fans to come out to see is we still haven't had the chance to do any sort of appearances anywhere and go out and explore Mansfield together as a racetrack and try to build that community and build that relationship with Mansfield even more tight-knit than it already is. Like Matt said earlier, we have the entire support of the whole surrounding area. Everybody in Mansfield is so excited for this place to come back, and we have people waiting in line to come on board and give us a helping hand. And I tell you what, man, me personally, I could not be more thankful to everybody here in Mansfield that's been welcoming us with open arms.
That's awesome. What I know you guys are putting out a bunch of videos on. I think they're all under Matt Tift's YouTube and Facebook. You got the speedway.com. What's the best way for people to follow you guys and keep up on all the progress?
Yeah, on socials, either Mansfield Speedway or Matt Tifft, Matt_Tift for some of them. So TIFFT. Go to thespeedway.com. You can find everything on there as well. So yeah, lots of content we got going out. And if you haven't checked out our YouTube videos there and our Facebook posts, lots of fun, lots of stupidity on there, lots of good information. So go check that out.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. I checked them out. They are pretty interesting. And that the video with the zombies for the haunted thing coming up this fall, that was pretty sweet with the racing stuff. And Ron did a shameless plug for his Fremont dirt trucks. I'd like to see some super stocks out there at some point next year. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay.
Maybe a race with the super stocks versus the trucks.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. That's cool. I like that.
We can talk. All right, guys. We appreciate all the time. I know we've had you here for an hour, and I definitely appreciate it. I know you guys are super busy with everything going on there. We wish you the best of luck and looking forward to that schedule coming out.
You got another half hour or so of daylight. Get your butts in gear.
Yeah, get back out there. Finish up.
Hey, thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Bye.
Thanks a lot, guys.
There you go. Robbie DeVore and Matt Tifft working hard over there at Mansfield Speedway. I think we learned a lot.
Adrenaline's running high in that group.
That's awesome, though. They're excited about that, and I'm excited
that's
about
so
that
cool.
as well. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm just glad that it's coming back.
Yeah. I mean, any racing is good. I mean, and it sounds like they're doing things a little different, which is nice. I like that. A little bit of variety, spice of life. Coming up, we have the Bleacher Creature feature. I'll also be giving away a Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker courtesy of DCR Graphics for how many coming up. Actually, a T-shirt too, so stick around for that. And hashtag Ryan for our Speedy Sponsors Driver of the Week. Yeah, SpeedySponsors.com. You can find out more about Ryan Clare. He's our Driver of the Week, even though he was a flagger this past weekend at Oakshade. So there you go. We'll do that drawing here at the end of the show. If you want your race car to turn heads, DCR Graphics has your back with killer wraps starting at just $425. If you need promo gear, you can get 8 custom die casts for just $135. He's got them available for late model sprints, modifieds, and street stocks. He's also added new crew gear, T-shirts, hoodies, flags, hats. You can check it all out at DCRgraphics.com or give Dale a call, 419-308-9523. And you can actually order online. I think he has got some Hammer Down Racing Report shirts there, too. DCR Graphics, where speed meets style. And if you need race parts at the track, Dittman Motorsports has you covered with on-site service at Fremont Speedway and Oakshade Raceway. They bring the shop to you. Pick up the latest late model right rear number 2 Hoosiers or stock up on tires for super stocks, modified sportsman classes. From high performance parts to expert support, they've got everything to keep your car dialed in and competitive. Call 419-283-8580 or visit DittmanMotorsports.com to get what you need before race day or on race day. Dittman Motorsports, your trackside advantage. Sport my.
Yeah.
I had a Hammer Down Racing Report shirt on, but I spilled some syrup on it from my dinner, so I had to change it just before. Got a little bit of racing news to get to. We also have a Hammer Down hotline coming up, so stick around for that. Let's do some racing news.
Latest racing news.
Fox Corporation is purchasing 1/3 interest in Penske Entertainment. Fox Fox Corp, I should say, is the parent company of Fox Sports, which broadcasts all NTT IndyCar Series events, which just started this year,
Right.
where they took over that. While
I'm pretty sure they will continue.
Well, you think? While Penske Entertainment owns the IndyCar Series and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the two companies announced on Thursday morning, this last week, that they hope the partnership would supercharge a new era of growth for the NTT IndyCar Series. This announcement includes a multi-year extension of IndyCar's media rights with Fox Sports.
What a surprise.
Shocking. Last Friday, on the way home from the ARCA Menard Series race at Iowa, Club Racing Incorporated with driver Alex Clubb suffered a highway accident. Did you see this?
I did.
Pictures? Yeah, he was just on the show a few weeks ago there, but according to the team, the driver of the team's dually truck fell asleep while driving. The trailer flipped on its side on Interstate 80 with the race car inside. As it was on its side, it was struck by more than one semi-truck. The hauler, truck, and race car are all heavily damaged. The team estimates the damage to be nearly $80,000. According to the team, everyone involved in the accident has been reported as okay. Club Racing is a small team based in Illinois. They have now set up a GoFundMe to help them return to the track. Alex Clubb is 6th in ARCA point standings with one top 10 and in the 12 races so far. So he could use a couple more.
Yeah, that's
tough. Plymouth Motor Speedway in Indiana announced that it will not charge drivers for pit passes in all their classes in 2026.
really.
So basically, they're treating the drivers as like they're performers and not charging them to go and perform there. But there is a caveat to that. They actually do still have to pay for the pit pass, but they get that back at the end
pay
of the
window?
night. Yeah.
Okay.
So there is that, which I thought that makes sense, though. I mean, they're the ones putting on the show, so they having to pay to put on the show kind of sucks. But
obviously, I've been in racing a long time, and it kind of grates me that I've got to pay to put on the show.
Has it always been that way?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know.
Forever.
5 years after purchasing the former Lorain County Speedway, the Maggio family announced on Sunday that the family is set to offer the track up for sale or lease for the 2026 season.
And if no one steps up,
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's quite the same thing with Sandusky Speedway.
Yeah, I thought about that parallel, Scott. That's concerning.
It is. It's not a good trend. So, yeah. The 2025 National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame induction ceremony is scheduled to be held Saturday at Florence Speedway. The drivers to be honored include the late C.L. Pritchett from Georgia, Minnesota's Lance Matthews, Kyle Burke of Nebraska, Iowan Fred Horn, and the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame's first inductee from Colorado, Kelly Bowen. I'm not familiar with any of these drivers. Are you?
No.
Okay, good. I don't feel as bad then. Contributor to the sport honorees are the Izzo family of Illinois, who have promoted tracks and events throughout the Midwest. Tennessee's Roby Helm, who served as the voice of the Have a Tampa Dirt Racing Series, and Don Schoenfeld of Arkansas, who founded Schoenfeld Headers. Several additional awards were announced, including Lifetime Achievement inductions for racing promoter advocate Tom Deary, series promoter and official Kelly Carlton, as well, and official Kelly Carlton. And for just the fifth time in history, the Baltus Memor Advancement of the Sport induction will be bestowed upon promoter extraordinaire Carl Short.
Good people, all of them.
Yes, congratulations to them. And speaking of Florence, I just saw a post Dean shared with me before we came on about Dustin Jarrett, who's supposed to be down there covering for Flo.
Right.
That he's got some kind of illness there.
Really?
On. Yeah, he's not sure what's going on.
Ooh.
I'm not violating any HIPAA rules or anything, because he posted this on his Facebook there for everybody to see, letting him know why he's not down there. So crazy stuff. Scary stuff. He's said like swelling and stuff, and as of right now, he wasn't sure what he's got.
DJ's kind of a local hero around here.
Yeah, sure. former announcer at Eldora too
Right.
for a while. How about we do have a Hammer Down hotline text this week. If you want to call or text the Hammer Down hotline anytime, day or night, with anything that's on your mind, right there's the number 419-318-3081. We got a text this week with I believe a typo in there. Should a driver/crew member, I believe that's supposed to be receive, not recover, on-track punishment for a social media post or comment?
That's a good question, Scott. What are your thoughts?
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the punishment. I mean, depending on what the comments are, but if you're going on there bashing a track or something, where I mean, it's like I don't know,
Like Kyle Larson getting suspended from NASCAR for a comment he made on sim racing.
Yeah, but he wasn't bashing a track. He made a Freudian slip of a certain word that you're not supposed to say.
Yeah, but there's certainly parallels to be drawn.
Yeah, kind of. But this, I think, is more of comments about a particular track. But I know Dave, was it Mazzillo? The guy that ran Fort Wayne had some policy like that. Was big on social. And there was a lot of issues there on social media with Bearfield, but yeah, I mean. I don't know. It's kind of like biting the hand that feeds you, I guess. If depending on the comment and depending on what happened, I don't know all the.
Yeah, I have no idea what it was about, but
I mean, it kind of would depend on what the severity, what the comment was, what it was I mean, there's a lot of variables there. It's kind of almost a too open-ended question, but I would say a track would be well within their right if, for an instant, I went to Joe's Raceway, and the track was pure, and the people that worked there were a bunch of hillbilly whatevers.
Weber Valley.
Yeah, and whatever, and and there was no justification for that. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, if I was Joe's Racetrack, I'd be like, all right, dude, go find somewhere else to race. I mean,
yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
I guess it is their racetrack, and they can make those kind
you're
of
free
decisions.
to. I mean, the guy that makes the comments is free to make whatever comments he wants, but there could be some repercussions for that, depending on what it is. Now, if you go and you talk something like if you start getting to libel or what's the other one? One's print and one's
slander,
libel and slander. If you get into that kind of thing, that's more of a legal thing where you're saying making untrue statements about a certain entity. Then that's even more serious, I think. But if you're sharing your opinion, and your opinion is a little nasty, then yeah. But I mean, if there's professional ways to do things. Social media is just, I mean, it's got some good things.
It's
but
a double-edged sword.
Exactly,
really is.
yeah. I mean, it's got its good, but it's in the wrong hands. People just don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. I'll move on.
You opened that can of worms.
Did.
Don't bail on it.
Well, I pretty much said my piece. I think I'm done.
Well, okay.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. I mean, there's places I've been. I mean, and not just one. So, I mean, don't draw any conclusions here. There's places I've been and things that I've seen that I don't agree with and I think were bad. But I'm not going to go on social media and start bashing, all that stuff. I mean, I might mention it to somebody in passing, but that stuff on social media, everybody sees that. That's out there for everybody. And
so basically what you're saying is that person maybe shouldn't have gone on social media, maybe should have addressed it straight to the racetrack.
Well, yeah. And yeah, if you got a specific beef, I would think that's probably the best way to get it. And I think that's something Dave Mazzillo was big on. If you got a beef, come talk to us, to the track. Yeah. Let's figure it out. But I don't know. People handle things in different ways. It's a different generation. I'm old now. I sound like an old person.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's do how many and get out of here.
How many?
So last week's how many was how many cars with DCR graphics on them will be racing this past weekend. I got that number from Dale. Dale said from DCR Graphics. That number, I think the total was 80, could have been 87 or something.
Right.
It was in the 80s. 45 was the number of cars on the track with Dale or DCR Graphics on them.
And I said,
You said 42,
Two.
and I said 41 because I had lost the other week before by going one up. So I went one under and lost again. So
I
congratulations
got
to
a
you.
really good streak going here, Scott.
Our show winner who guessed 45, Nancy Schoenauer.
Oh,
So congratulations, Nancy Schoenauer. You have yourself a DCR Graphics t-shirt. You can get in contact with Dale there through DCRgraphics.com or get a hold of me. I'll get you his number. Get him your shirt size, and he'll get you taken care of there. So congratulations to Nancy Schoenauer. This week's How Many, and a chance to win a Hammer Down Racer Report sticker courtesy of DCR Graphics, which you can slap on your race car if you do have one and become part of the Hammer Down Army if you share that with us. Share a picture of that with us. Millstream's going to be running late models tomorrow, right?
ooh, tomorrow's Friday, isn't it?
It is. So this week's How Many is how many late models are going to be racing at Millstream tomorrow? That's
a good question.
American Late Model Ironman Series event. And Attica's off, so
and the weather's going to be spectacular.
Spoiler alert for that. So
Yeah.
put your guess in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. You have until 4 o'clock on Friday, so this one's kind of a quick turnaround on. If you're listening to us on the podcast, you can find our video on Facebook or YouTube. Get your guess in. Whoever's closest will get that DCR Graphics sticker. Ron, you get to choose first because
I was going to ask you what your guess was, Scott.
Oh, you want me to turn the comments on, see if anybody's guessing yet?
I know already. It's 37.
37? Well, you're right in between a couple of guessers there, Roman and...
And Roman Brown, no, there is not a hot dog race this weekend. The vintage race cars will be at Oakshade, and it would just be way, way too much. Yeah. So
the next one is a week from Saturday.
The next one will be a week from Saturday.
So, and Ron said... if you can find a super stock, you can put your name in the hat for the drawing for the competitors.
Absolutely.
What number did you say? You said 37?
Yes.
Okay. I don't. Whatever I pick's going to be wrong.
It's amazing how that works.
38.
All right.
Going with 38. That's going to be my guess. So, again, you have till 4 o'clock to get in on that. By just putting your guess of a number in the comments of the Facebook Live or YouTube Live. And don't forget, coming up, we're going to be doing that drawing here very shortly for the Speedy sticker or Speedy sponsor sticker with Ryan Clare as our Speedy sponsor driver of the week. Check out his profile at speedysponsors.com. Hashtag Ryan in the comments will get you in that drawing here that we'll be doing in a few moments. Before we get to that, we do have to check out our DCR Graphics race menu for this weekend, find out what's going on, and there's a few things, so let's do that now.
This weekend's racing menu.
So as we mentioned, kicking things off, only one track running Friday night. Lima Lane's done. Attica's off for the fair. So Millstream Speedway is the place to be on Friday night. It's the Friday night late models and more with the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series. Also in action will be Ohio Thunder IMCA Receiver Sprint Car Series and the USAC Midwest Midgets. Oh, and the Dirt Track Truck Series. So 4 classes.
Right.
Tomorrow night, that's Friday night at Millstream. Gates open at 4, racing at 7, general admission $25 there.
Is the Ironman Series, is there streaming on that?
I don't think they do. No, not for the Summer Nationals did, but not for the Ironman Series.
All right.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I guess you're going to have to go down to Millstream, huh? Saturday, August 9th, we got Flat Rock Speedway's got the Corrigan Race Fuels Detroit 100 night with street stocks, figure 8, and MCR dwarf cars. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $21 there at Flat Rock. Montpelier Speedway is the John Halsey Memorial with the UMP Modifieds. Todd Sherman talked about that when we had him on a few weeks back. So I'm sure he'll be out there at Montpelier with his modified. Super Stocks, Street Stocks, and Hornets also in action. 4 o'clock for Gates, racing at 7, general admission, $12 there at Montpelier. Sandusky Speedway back in action Saturday night with Kids Night, featuring Modifieds, Pro Compacts, Grand Nationals, Factory Stocks, and Buckeye Buggies.
What that is?
I'm not sure. Have to go there and find out. Gates open at 4, racing at 7, general admission $18. Oakshade Raceway, as we mentioned, it's Vintage Thunder on Dirt with dirt car late models, DCR Graphic Sportsman, Dominator Superstocks, Compacts, and the Vintage American Race Cars. Last time they were there, those guys are crazy. They got those old cars, and they're running them hard as heck and bouncing off of each other's tires. Most of them are open wheels, so if they had fenders, they'd be trading paint, but... gates open at 4 at Oakshade, racing at 7:15. General admission there is $15. Wayne County Speedway. It's the Don Hans Gross Memorial with Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series, UMP Modified, Street Stocks, Mini Stocks, and Mod Lights. Gates open at 3, racing at 7:15. General admission $25 there at Wayne. And finally, Butler Speedway, 410 Sprints, UMP Modified, Street Stocks, 4 cylinders. I believe that's also Kids Night, rescheduled Kids Night. For Butler as well. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30, general admission $15. And what is our weekend weather pit stop looking like for this weekend, Ron?
Scott, if you liked last weekend, this weekend's going to be just like it, only a little bit warmer.
I liked last weekend. Look, can we turn down the heat?
It's going to cool down at night. The humidity's going to be up a little bit, but it's nothing bad. I'm keeping my eye on next weekend. I'm a little bit concerned. There's a storm kind of headed this way, but I'm cautiously optimistic about next weekend. But this weekend, perfect all through the upper Midwest.
So there'll be no cancellations this weekend. All right. You heard it here first from the professor. Other series action this weekend, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the 43rd Annual Sunoco North-South 100 starting tonight at Florence and going through Saturday night. World of Outlaws Real American Beer Late Model Series, Beat the Heat 40 at Highland Speedway. That starts on Wednesday, August 13th. And then Spoon River, man, my air conditioning, whenever it kicks on, it really flickers the lights in here. Very distracting. Spoon River on August 13th. And then, I messed that up. Highland Speedway on the 13th, and on Thursday the 14th, they go to Spoon River.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. World of Outlaws, NASA Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, Knoxville Nationals happening. Started last night. That continues through Saturday night. Tonight's the other qualifying night. Last night was a qualifying night. Tonight's a qualifying night. Tomorrow, I was talking to producer day before. I guess that's a throwaway night. Basically, if you race Friday, you throw away what you did in the qualifying nights. So if you had a bad night, and that's what you get for Saturdays, however you do on Friday.
So who's going to win on Saturday?
The guy that finishes first, or girl. I don't know of any girls that are racing that down, but
Okay.
I'm going with that. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case.
Well, okay. I was just going to say that Rico has been on fire lately.
I like Ryan Timms. He looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I was impressed with him. He's my dark horse pick.
Okay.
Arkham Menard Series General Tire 100 at Watkins Glen International. That's tomorrow night. Actually, it's tomorrow afternoon. I had to double check this. It's at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on FS2. NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series also at the Glen. Also tomorrow, and that starts at 5. So I'm guessing that's why the ARCA race has to start so early at 2, since the trucks will be on the track starting at 5. That you can catch on FS1. NASCAR Xfinity Series Mission 200 at the Glen. That'll be on Saturday at 3 o'clock on the CW. Indy Next Series action, the Grand Prix of Portland at Portland International Raceway. That's going to be Sunday at 1 o'clock on FS1. NASCAR Cup Series Go Bowling at the Glen on Sunday. That starts at 2 o'clock, and that'll be on USA Network. And then the NTT IndyCar Series BitNile.com Grand Prix of Portland at Portland International Raceway. That starts at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and that will be on Fox.
What's your thought on all of the road races popping up on NASCAR's schedule? You like the road races?
I never really was a road racing fan, especially when I was younger. I appreciate it more, I think, now that I'm older, but I don't know. Sometimes they're pretty exciting.
I enjoy the oval track races more than I do the road race.
But I mean, at Iowa this past weekend, it wasn't that exciting, really. They had a hard time passing because of the horsepower issue.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know.
You know what I'd like to see in NASCAR is an optional tire.
Well, they have that sometimes.
They've done it a couple of times, and
it does make it more interesting.
I think it really does, because you can be fast for a little while on the optional tire, and then it fades away, and
just be consistent on the other compound.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool. I think they need to do that probably on everything but the super speedways.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Producer Dave, are you ready to
wake up?
He's like, whoa! We're going to go ahead and draw for our Speedy sponsor, Driver of the Week. Again, Ryan Clare. Check out his profile at speedysponsors.com. If you're a driver, set up your profile at speedysponsors.com. It's free. You can set up, if you're a fan, you can set up an account there and check it out. So our winner of Speedy Sponsor this week, one of these guys, is going to be...
It's green.
Nancy again.
Well, it's a good...
It's a good night for her.
It's a good time to be Nancy Schoenauer.
So, again, we're going to start enforcing that 30-day policy, but apparently I guess we didn't say we couldn't do two wins in one night, right?
No, it's two completely different disciplines, so it's just a good time to be Nancy.
Yes. Congratulations, Nancy. Let me know if you want me to take this track or if you want to stop at Ryan Miller Race Cars to pick that up. And, congratulations on that. And, we do have our Bleacher Creature feature.
Oh, yeah.
Before we officially wrap things up here for this edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report. If you have any kids in the room, there may be some innuendos in this particular edition of the Bleacher Creature.
Really?
Yeah.
Controversy?
I don't know about controversy. I listened to it. I was like, I don't. There's.
Well, fine.
Here, listen.
Push
check
the
it
button,
out.
Scott.
Science couldn't explain it, but there it was, alive, immensely strong and destructive. A woman's beauty, the bait that brought it out of its lair.
Hello, everyone. This is the Bleacher Creature, bringing you the featured concession item of the day. Have you ever had the enormous, giant pickle at Butler Speedway? Oh my God, it's so big, and it's shaped like a giant...
Wait, that's not a woodpecker. It looks like someone's parrot.
We have reports of an unidentified flying object. It is
Can you name this movie? What this is from?
complete with two balls.
I can't.
What is that? That looks just like an enormous...
Wait, pay attention.
I was distracted by that enormous flying...
Willie. Yeah. What's that? Well, it looks like a giant Johnson.
I always like getting my wife a pickle because it makes the racing so much more interesting watching her eat the pickle that I got her. Oh yeah. That's all we have for tonight's show, kids. And remember, we do not take ourselves seriously, and neither should you.
Yep. That just happened.
I'm telling you.
A little spoiler to next week's Bleacher Creature. His son is in it.
Really?
In the next one, yeah. Bolton Colton. So.
Bolton Colton.
Yeah. Austin Powers. That's what that. clip was.
Okay.
Have you seen Austin Powers?
No.
Doesn't seem like a movie you would be into.
I'm not a huge movie fan.
No, unless it's a racing movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Did I tell you I watched that movie? That really old one. That
Redline 2000,
yes,
7000?
That was terrible.
It was.
That was, wow.
And I haven't watched it. The original intro was pretty cool, and it went downhill really quick from there.
It had the dude from Star Trek. I forget the
Shatner?
No. He was like a mechanic. I forget. George Takei.
Yeah.
Was in it. That's who it was. Yeah. That was, it was something. We watched the whole movie just for you. And I never brought it up because I totally forgot about it. I was like, oh my goodness.
Did it have the original intro where it showed a pair of like fuel injection butterflies cracking
remember.
open and rum.
I think it might have.
And then it doubled, and then it quadrupled, and then it just kept going across the screen. That was the coolest part of the whole movie. And like I say, it went downhill from there.
It did. Again, our Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog races coming up. We have 2 left. The 16th of August at Oakshade for the Dominator Super Stocks, and then August 30th for the Compacts. If you are a driver or you know a driver that wants to possibly compete in those, check out hammerdownracingreport.com and fill out the form there, or get a hold of myself or Ron, and we'll put your name in the hat. We'll be drawing for the competitors of the Superstock hot dog race on next week's show. So we'll determine who those competitors we have enough already, but I mean, the more the merrier. So
yeah, you'll go
we'll
on the
spin
wheel.
The wheel, yeah.
The wheel will decide.
We'll spin the wheel. We'll find out the first seed, second seed, and 2 alternates. So the more we have, the merrier. And again, next week, $200 cash going to the winner of that. Also a freeze frame, a winner's photo, a $50 Wallace Racing Products gift certificate, 5 gallons of race fuel, and a Speedy Sponsor sticker. Oh, and also the extra large 2-item pizza. And sponsors of the Dominator Superstock Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog Race include SpeedySponsors.com, Team 1196, A to Z Mobile, A to Z 24-hour road service, Ledyard's Lawn Care, John Young Racing, and G&J Pizza and Club. Ever since I had that, and again, we're leaving this terrible platform. Next week, we're going to have a whole new computer system and different streaming, so it'll be better. No, ever since I had achalasia,
right,
that thing where that thing in my esophagus, I can't eat fast. If I do, I just choke. So, yeah, I'd end up like Steve Kester did, probably. Probably worse, so. Otherwise, I would. I mean, I wonder if I could have like a pinch eater. Is that a thing?
Probably not.
Right.
We haven't discussed that in the rules, so
maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
All right. And still, if anybody else wants to put anything up for as far as sponsorship into the purses for either of those Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog races, just let myself or
either the Superstock or the Compacts.
Yeah. I mean, we got some great prizes already, but we won't turn away anything more.
Right.
And again, the driver with the quickest time, driver/eater with the quickest time, will win that Chris Mize Memorial Championship belt and get to hang on to that until next year.
I'm thinking that with some input that we've gotten, Scott, that they could get the eating part down a whole lot faster.
Well, we've kind of helped out. We threw out some clues there.
Yeah.
Again, the belt, thanks to Big D's Barbecue and Charlie K's Barbecue, putting that awesome belt together. So, yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to see a Superstock or a Compact driver beat the late models?
Beat Dusty Moore's time, yeah. I mean, it can be done. What is just under 3 minutes? So, I mean, to figure a lap, you could probably do a lap, 17 seconds maybe. That's pretty conservative.
Standing at 20 seconds because you're going from a standing
start. That's true. So 20 seconds, so 2 20-second laps, so that's 40 seconds. The rest of that's eating.
Yeah. And getting through the opening in the wall and
getting unstrapped and strapped back in. All that. More details on the hot dog race if you're not familiar with what they are. Check them out at hammerdownracingreport.com. Thanks to producer Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube, listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And again, hammerdownracingreport.com. You can listen to the shows on there. Whatever. Everything's on there.
Nancy Shaneauer says she'll pick it up Sunday. I would assume that would be Ron Miller Race Cars.
And John Deere says that's a minute of his life. Never get back, referring to the bleacher creature.
Yeah.
Creature. Yes, but you learned about Butler's Pickles there. So next time you go to Butler, you know what to get, I guess. Make sure to rate and review us, share us with your friends. That helps us out, too. Thanks to our sponsors, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Moment Entertainment, Dittman Motorsports, Dominator Race Products, DCR Graphics, and Freeze Frame Photos. Thanks to our guests this week, Robbie DeVore and Matt Tifft from Mansfield Speedway. TheSpeedway.com. That's where you can go to get more information.
Yep.
And purchase those shirts and Yeah, definitely looking forward to the return of Mansfield.
And I was really impressed with that interview, Scott. Folks, if you have anybody in your friend list that wasn't watching that, tell them to watch it. Just a world of information there.
There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack. We probably could have talked to them for hours, but next week back with another show, working on another guest that I'm excited to talk about.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't got a response, but I haven't actually checked anything yet. So let me double check here. See if I can confirm anything.
Spoiler alert.
Wait.
Spoiler alert. She has been on the show before.
Oh, yeah. And she. All right, no, I haven't. All right. So that would be next week. We'll see you then. See you next Thursday at 7 o'clock. That's a wrap on show number 390 of the Hammer Down Racing Report.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.